Hi everyone, Charlene Ortiz here. I know it's been a little while since I've uploaded a video, and I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update about what's been going on. I recently got a job, which is really exciting and awesome news, and it's a job that I absolutely love and I'm really happy about. And so I've been kind of busy with that, and my body's been kind of in shock and responding to it. And so I haven't had as much energy to be able to do my videos as I was before. And I want to apologize. I have not done a workout of the week. That was something I wanted to consistently do every week to give you guys something that you can do at home and give you, a more challenging workout every week. But I am starting to adapt and I'm feeling better, a little bit more back to normal. And I will be going back to filming my workout of the week. And I plan on doing that every week, health permitting. I really want to do that every week for you guys so you have a new workout that you can do every week just to keep your body moving and to keep yourself progressing in your health and fitness goals as well. I had some bad news. I did recently lose my dog. We had to put her down last month in October, and that has been another reason why I haven't been as diligent with my videos, because I've been kind of dealing with all that and just the emotional part of it, because she was my baby. She had cancer, and she was actually diagnosed 6 months ago, and she was having trouble breathing, and I brought her into the vet and they removed some fluid from her lungs. And at that time, after they removed the fluid, she actually did very well. She was at a very healthy weight. Her appetite was very healthy. She was very active. So you would have never known anything was wrong with her. And towards the end, the last few weeks before we put her down, she drastically started to deteriorate. And it was like it came out of nowhere. And we knew it was definitely time. And so during that time period, it definitely was taking a lot of energy, a lot of time for me to take care of her and meet her needs, which I don't mind, because she was my baby, the love of my life, and I miss her a lot. But she's at peace now, and I'm really grateful for the time that we had her. And she was a really, really great dog, a perfect dog when we did have her. So anyway, that's what some of the things that have been going on. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about my job and how I found it, how I'm adapting to it, being that I, have chronic illness and I do have chronic pain, and that my health can be really unpredictable at times. And also how I found it. So before my dog got really sick, I had actually applied to a few jobs. Over the past few months, I had applied to several jobs and sent my resume out, and I never heard back, which was really surprising to me, because with my experience for how long I've been doing this, I've always gotten a response right away. And it was definitely a hit on my ego too. Like, how come nobody wants to even call me, much less hire me? And so I wasn't getting a response from anyone, which was so unusual. Except that one job I talked about months and months ago that, they were really unprofessional. But anyway, but yeah, after that, I applied to several jobs and stuff. I just never heard back. And then after my dog got really sick and started to deteriorate, and all my time and energy was going into caring for her, I realized at that time, this is why I can't have a job, because I need to be with her. And so now I'm glad I didn't have a job, because number one, she needed me there, for her needs. Number two, the time that I was able to spend with her is absolutely priceless and worth more than, the greatest job in the world. So now I realize, why it worked out that way, and the powers that be, whether it's God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, just, didn't, knew that it wasn't the right time. And so after she died, because I wasn't working and my husband works full time, I was definitely finding myself very lonely. We have cats, which are absolutely adorable, and they're very, very entertaining and active. But I missed my dog. I missed her a lot. And it was hard during the day, you know. Not that I definitely had a lot to do. Not that I didn't have anything to keep me busy, but I was just used to having her there. So about a week after she died, I started looking for a job again. I thought, well, let me try this again and see what happens. So I was looking for, local gyms in the area. And I saw one that I had never noticed before, I'd never seen before. And I went on their website and I saw that they had an Instagram account. And I went on the Instagram account and I saw a post where they were looking for a trainer, not trainers. And so I think that's what it said. So the post was at least a couple weeks old. So I assumed, well, they probably already found someone, but what the heck, I'll just send my resume. And I got a response. Like the next day I got a response and I was so excited, like, oh my God, someone actually responded to me this time, so I was really encouraged. And anyway, so we set up a time for an interview, and the first interview went really, really well. The fitness manager was just awesome, and I just clicked with him right away, and I just really, really enjoyed meeting the other staff members. But it went really, really well. It could not have gone any better. And then he wanted to set up an interview with the owner of the facility. And so the second interview was with her, and she was absolutely amazing. Just this beautiful young woman that had accomplished so much at such a young age. However, she was very humble, very down to earth. But at the same time, just a very strong-willed, driven woman, and she was just an amazing person to meet and to talk to. And so they hired me on the spot on the second interview, and I was very excited about it. And now, when I initially was going to go to my first interview, before and after the first interview, I definitely went into panic mode a few times because I started to think about everything that could go wrong and everything that could not work out simply because of my health. And before I went to the interview, it's a 24-hour facility. So the first thing I started thinking was, what if they need me to be there graveyard shift? Or what if they need me to be there, 30 hours a week? Or what, so I had all these different things going through my mind of all the things that could go wrong. And I had to really just get control of my thoughts. And my husband, bless his heart, has always been so good at doing this, just telling me to just chill out and relax. Don't worry about it. If it's meant to be, it's going to work out exactly for your benefit and exactly the way you need it to. And I thought, you know what? He's right. If this job is going to be the type of job that's going to be a great opportunity, a place that I'm going to love working at, where I can grow and contribute and whatever, all the wonderful things that come when you find a good job in a good company, I thought it'll work out. And I won't have anything to worry about, and I just need to relax. And so I just decided not to worry about it. And when I went in for the second interview, after they, informed me that they wanted to hire me, they told me that in the beginning, they weren't going to be able to start me off with a lot of hours, like maybe 4 to 6 hours a week. And I think for most people that would be kind of like, oh my gosh, I need more hours because I need to work. For me, it was a huge hallelujah moment that, oh my God, this could not be more perfect for me. And also I can make my own schedule and go in whenever I want. And it was amazing. And it was one of those moments where you feel like a miracle just happened, and you can't believe that everything really is working out so perfectly. Especially when so many times in your life things have gone wrong. And just changing your perception, changing your thought process, and just putting faith and, whatever, the powers that be. And just, putting out there what you want and believing that you're going to get it. That it really does work. And so I'm going on, I believe it's my fourth week, the beginning of my fourth week there, I think. And so far it has just been a godsend. It's been such a wonderful job. I love the facility. I love the people. I love the members. It's been amazing. So now let me talk about my health and my body and how it's adapting to it. Now that has been a challenge. I will be honest. The first day that I was there, I had participated in a group training session with one of the trainers. And at the end of the session, they did was called like a 3-minute challenge, where they do like a series of challenging exercises for 3 minutes, and then the workout's over. And he asked if I wanted to participate. And I didn't want to look, weak or like a bitch or anything. So, when I saw the exercise, because they were, fairly advanced exercises, I thought, oh, maybe I probably shouldn't do this. But like I said, I didn't want to look, stupid. My first day, and I'm the trainer in front of, the clients. And I thought, oh, yeah, definitely, no problem. So I did. And at the time, it was fine. But a lot of people with chronic illness would probably agree that sometimes when you do an activity at the time, you might not feel pain or discomfort, but later you feel the repercussions of it. And my back went into crazy spasms, probably the worst it's gone into in years. And I mean many, many years. And the spasms lasted about 10 days, sometimes excruciating. And so I learned I should not have done that. I should have, I should have just been vocal and risked, looking stupid or whatever, and said, well, maybe next time or whatever. And I know it would not have been a big deal, but I made it a big deal. And a lot of times that's what we do. We make something a big deal to ourselves, when to somebody else it's really not a big deal at all. And so I learned from that, that if it's something I know I shouldn't do, my intuition is telling me, you probably shouldn't, to listen to that and follow it. But I am feeling better. The spasms have gotten better. I'm still feeling some tightness and a little discomfort, but it's not nearly what it was before. I did have a couple flare-ups, especially in my legs, because there was a couple days where there was a lot of walking. And again, I just, need to pace myself. Like the day that I went walking around the facility with my boss, and he walks fast, and I was trying to keep up, and so my legs definitely did flare up that night. It's the next day, and then the next day, another trainer wanted to do another, walk around, and I just couldn't do it. And so one challenge that a lot of us will face when pursuing a new job is being open about our challenges and the limitations that we have, and not feeling insecure about what we can and can't do. I could have, done another, walk around with another trainer the next day, just because I want to impress, or I want to seem dedicated, and pushed myself, and then had a really bad flare-up that would have put me out for a week, as opposed to just taking that day off and being fine the next day to, be able to go back to work and, do a good full schedule. And so that's something that can be a challenge for many of us. And I think when it comes to looking for work, if you need to go back to work for financial reasons, or you just, are feeling like you want to be productive, when you want to be back in the workforce doing something again, the first thing that I would say is don't panic. Don't think about everything that could go wrong. Instead of focusing on the obstacles, focus on the opportunities. And I know that's so much easier said than done. But I'm going to tell you, when I started to panic, and that did affect my health. It did affect how I felt. And then when I was finally able to calm myself down, then, it definitely, I did feel better physically. Number one. Number two, everything ended up working out perfectly and exactly the way that I needed to. And again, when we trust that it's going to work out the way that we need it to, the way that we want it to, it really does. And it's not just something where you hope it will, or maybe it will, or if I'm lucky. It's not about that. It's about knowing and being sure and 100% confident that if this is the position, the job, or the place that you're meant to be, that it will work out perfectly and exactly the way it needs to work out. Because the job that I was interviewed for, months and months ago, that ended up not working out, and I was sure that I'd gotten it, it was just not meant to be. And at that time, it seemed like it was meant to be in every way, but it wasn't. And now I'm glad that it didn't work out. And now I'm glad I found this job, because this job is 100 times better than what the other position would have been. And there's so much more opportunity with this job as well. And so, so now that I'm kind of seeing how things are coming together, because I've decided not to panic, not to be angry or bitter or scared, that it really does work out when I just trust and let it go. And so, and it's not about being naive. I mean, you do have to be realistic and honest with yourself. But just in general, you just don't want to be in a state of fear that you'll never find a job, or you'll never find the right one for you, because you have all these limitations and it's going to be impossible. If you think that way, then that's what's going to become what's true for you. If you trust and you just, try to be at peace while you're looking for work and putting out your resumes, what have you, that whatever job I find, it's going to be a perfect fit, and I just need to trust and just go with it, and not panic and not think about all the negative scenarios. Then that's what will be true for you. You'll find a wonderful job that'll be perfect, and that you'll be able to do, and that you'll be very happy with. And so, and also, again, with my new job, just being honest with my coworkers and with my my manager about what's doable for me and what's not. Because again, I would rather be honest about something and, take a day off to rest if I need to, than push through a flare-up when I know I shouldn't be, because I'm feeling insecure about being honest, and then now I'm sick for 1 or 2 weeks and I absolutely can't move and I can't push through it. And so, because again, another one of the challenges has been the fact that I have to ride my bike or I have to walk there. It's not very far, it's about a half a mile, but anybody with chronic illness, any type of chronic illness, it doesn't matter what it is, but especially fibromyalgia, for us, that is a big deal. Especially when our legs are aching and when we're in the middle of a flare-up, it's very hard. But granted, there are days that I do have to push through, because my body is adapting. And in the beginning, yes, my body did go into shock. And I'll be honest, I did start to panic. And I was afraid that, oh my God, what if I have a really bad flare-up? What if my health and my condition ruins everything and takes this opportunity from me? And I started to, again, just think of all the negative situations and horrible things that can go wrong. But I had to catch myself, get some self-control over my thoughts, and just trust that, no, I just need to rest. I just need to take this day off and just relax. And tomorrow I'll be fine. And sure enough, the next day I woke up, and I wouldn't say I was completely fine, but I was better and I was able to go to work. And so, but there is, to some degree, a level of discomfort that I do have to push through as my body is adapting and getting used to this. And like, for example, the other morning, I did not sleep well at all. And this is yesterday actually. And I woke up feeling pretty terrible. And I, did my workout so I could get my body moving and warmed up. And I did go to work, and it was tough. It was tough. But once I got there and I started, seeing people and talking to people, I did start to feel better, because, you feed off of other people's energy as well. And it's a place where, it's a gym. So most people have, good energy and positive energy in those types of environments. And so that definitely helped me to feel better and, have more energy. But, again, there are going to be days and mornings that's going to be tough, and I'm going to have to push through. And I have to know that balance between the days where I just need to push through and the days where I just need to back off and rest so that I can be productive and effective most days, when I go to work. And so I just want to encourage you, if you are looking for a new job and you do need to go back to work, just don't freak out. Just be honest with yourself, with what you're capable of, what your limitations are. Look for a job, send out your resume, whatever it is, and just trust and have faith that the right one will come your way. But it is your job to not panic, and everything else will be handled for you. And because, again, I've said this many times before, I'm not a religious person, but I do believe that there is something, an energy, whatever it is, that does orchestrate things, that when we're in the right mindset, that things will be orchestrated in our favor to work out for us. And when we're not in a good mindset, the things that we're afraid of and that we fear ends up becoming true. And so, and even if you're not religious, even if you're an atheist person, I think anybody would agree, if you have a negative attitude about stuff, then negative stuff happens. If you have a good attitude, good stuff happens. Yeah, it's not always true, but, I think in general, if you do try to be that type of person, things do happen. So yeah, I just want to encourage you to just have faith that the right job, will come your way if you don't panic and you don't think of all the things that could possibly go wrong. And if you're honest, be very honest with your employer. Let them know what your limitations are. And I'm not saying, like, in your interview, don't talk about all your ailments and all the things you're sick with. I'm not saying that. But if there's a certain duty or something that they need you to perform and you're not quite sure if you can do it, just be honest and just let them know, I don't know if that's something I'll be able to do. I wonder if there's an alternative or, whatever. And most employers, if you are someone who is very good at what you do, if you bring a lot of value and talent to that company, to that business, most places will be willing to work with you and accommodate you if they see that you are going to be a very valuable asset to that place, to that business. They will be willing to be flexible and accommodate you. So keep that in mind. And that's why it's important that you are honest. And you need to be wise on how you express it. But just, let people know in the beginning, instead of pushing yourself too hard. Granted, you're going to have to push through some pain and discomfort, but if you push yourself too hard, then you could flare up and be useless for the next week or two, maybe even longer. So before I end this video, I just wanted to share a quick story about a friend of mine that came to visit Las Vegas over Thanksgiving weekend. She's from Hawaii. And I met with her and we went out to dinner Thanksgiving evening, and we had a lovely time. She's a wonderful friend. I love spending time with her. And she came out here with several friends and her sister. Well, she told me that her sister was actually going through dialysis right now. And while they're here in Vegas, she was going to a dialysis facility 3 mornings a week for 3 to 4 hours, and she'd have to be there. They had to be there at 4 in the morning. And luckily, she had a good insurance that was able to arrange that for her. And I told my friend, that's crazy. Why would she come to Vegas and go on vacation when she has to go through dialysis? And she said, Charlene, my sister has decided that she's not going to let that stop her from enjoying and living her life. She's still, she'll do what she has to do, but she's still going to have fun. She's still going to enjoy life, and she's not going to let this break her. She's not going to let this take her joy from her. And I was just so inspired and touched and humbled by that. And it just really motivated me that despite the pain and the limitations that I deal with, that I still need to make an effort to enjoy life. I still need to go out there and do things sometimes, even if I'm not feeling well. And a lot of times, once you end up going out with friends or you push yourself to go do something fun, you actually end up enjoying yourself and you actually end up feeling better, ultimately. But it really did. It really motivated me to just have a good attitude and to not let myself be defeated by my illness and by my limitations. And so I just wanted to share that story with you guys that, here's a woman going through dialysis and she's on a waiting list right now for a kidney. And who knows what the future holds for her. Hopefully she'll find a kidney soon, and I have faith that she will. But I didn't get to meet her. I didn't get to meet her sister, but regardless, she definitely touched me in a way that will stay with me for the rest of my life. It really made an impact on me. And it really inspired me to not let my limitations keep me from enjoying life. So I just wanted to share that story with you guys because I just thought it was such an amazing story. But all right, guys, well, thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I appreciate your time and attention. And so this week you can look forward to another workout of the week, or next week, early next week, your next workout of the week. And obviously my videos on the science, research, education that I've been doing, I've done in the past. I definitely plan on doing more of those videos too for you guys. So all right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, take care of yourself, protect yourself physically and emotionally, and don't forget, your health is your most valuable asset. Invest in it. Bye-bye.